What's up, Facebook, YouTube? This your boy Terry, the Teddy Bear Trucker, signing on with an update. Today is August 3rd. I am reaching out to you from Plainfield, Indiana. Right now getting loaded at a shipper. So I thought I'd take this moment to give you my 6 months update. Yes, as of today, I've been with Schneider for 6 months. And I thought this would be a good time to review what I like to call the good, the bad, and the ugly side of Schneider. Some things have changed in the last 6 months, some for the better, some for the worse. And some problems have arisen. And I have to say before I begin that I think that the problems that have arisen are not a Schneider problems. They are rather not company problems, but rather OC or terminal-based problems. So meaning to say that I don't think the problems that have come up are on Schneider as a whole, but rather they're based on where I operate out of from, which is Carlisle, Pennsylvania. But it's been 6 months. I can't believe time has just been flying by. But in this 6 months, I'm still pretty happy with this company. It's still a good company in my opinion. The good side about Schneider is that they have lots of freight. Freight has never been a real issue, even in the winter time when things supposedly slow down. I've always been able to get consistent loads, so I'm happy about that. The pay is pretty good. I'm still at 36 cents a mile right now, but I'm hopefully should be getting a raise soon. I got to talk to my DBL about that. But that's the good side. The good side is plenty of freight to keep you moving, so there's very little downtime here. Now, for the bad sides of Schneider, which again, I have to say this is OC based, not company as a whole. And I can only speak for Van Truckload over the road out of the Carlisle Operating Center, or Carlisle OC, Pennsylvania. Now for the bad sides, communication is a big problem, has been a problem for some time. It seems like the Schneider Carlisle terminal is always short-staffed for some reason. I've had 3 driver managers since I've been started with Schneider, and the first one I had was the best. The third one, he's getting there. I think he's still learning the ropes somewhat. But most recently, the problems that have been arising from the Carlisle terminal is our driver managers not being able to get us home on time. And that is a big no-no as a company driver. If I'm out 2 to 3 weeks at a time making consistent on-time deliveries, then I expect you to get me home on time. Especially since that's a big sticking point for Schneider. On-time delivery, on-time delivery. They're always preaching it, but they can never seem to get me home on time. In the 6 months that I've been with Schneider, I've only made it home on time twice. One time that they didn't get me home on time was my birthday. So I was really upset about that because I had plans for my birthday, ended up having to reschedule them. And the second time that really messed me up was the beginning of July, or the end of June, early July. I was trying to get home in order to finish packing up my place so I didn't have to pay an extra month's rent come July. And they got me home late, so I wasn't able to move my stuff out in time. Ended up having to pay another month's rent for July. So I wasn't happy about that. It cost me about $1,200. So I wasn't happy about that. But that's been a big problem lately. Out of the Carlisle OC, I can't speak for Schneider as a whole, but it seems like the Carlisle OC has trouble getting drivers home on time. And I think the problem is that our DBLs are not the people assigning our loads. Our DBLs only basically handle day-to-day operations and interactions with the drivers, customers, shippers, and things like that. The load planners are the ones that actually give us our loads and route us home when we need to go home. And there's a communication disconnect there somewhere. Somewhere along those lines, they're misplacing time at home requests, or they're not communicating effectively in order to get their drivers where they need to be to get routed home on time. So that It's something that I hope they'll work on and that they'll fix in the future. That's one bad thing. The other thing, the bonus. Oh, man, listen. I think at this point that bonus is impossible to get, because now notice the bonuses are supposed to be quarterly. So every 3 months, you have to compete for a bonus. And there's 5 criteria that they track: is days worked, your MPG standard, on-time ETA deliveries, fuel compliance, basically you're fueling up where you need to, where they tell you to fuel up, and the what was the 5th one? For the life of me, I can't. Oh, and accidents. Okay, so you get 20 points, up to 20 points for each of those. Some of them you can actually score higher than 20 points, but you have to get a total of 95 points in order to get a bonus, which is 2 cents per mile for every mile that you've driven in that quarter. Now, the first quarter, I missed the bonus because of me. Now, it was, I had an accident, stupid accident. I don't know, guys, if you remember, I was up in New Hampshire and hit a concrete barrier by a fuel pump. So that was on me. I didn't get the bonus because of that. Now, this time, I didn't get the bonus because of Schneider. Let me tell you what happened, people. Listen, like I said, the big problem has been getting home on time. Now, I was there. You have to work a certain amount of days in the quarter in order to get the points for that bonus. I believe if it's 90 days in a quarter, you have to work, I believe, 80 of those days. So now, because Schneider repetitively, now once again, I don't think this is a Schneider as a company problem, but rather I should say my OC and my DBO out of Carlisle failed to get me home numerous times. So, on time. So because of that, I had to reschedule things and take extra days off to accomplish things that I had planned for my days off. And because of that, I missed my bonus by 1 work day. Can you believe it? 1 work day. And it wasn't even my fault, because they failed to get me home on time. Repeatedly. I know it's a trip. So in terms of the bad side, those are some bad points. And at this point, I really think it is impossible to get a performance bonus out of Carlisle OC if you're a van truckload over the road. Because the other thing that they score you on is basically MPG standard. Now, the trucks are not equipped with APUs. So if it's above 70 degrees, the truck can idle. They have it set to where if it's above 70 degrees, the truck can idle. Lately, it's been above 90 degrees. So you have to idle to stay cool. Otherwise, you might as well be in an oven. And of course, if you're idling, that lowers your MPG standard, which, so it's impossible to get the 20 points there. So honestly, with that alone is enough to make you lose your bonus. So that's the bad side of Schneider Carlisle OC and the bonus, performance bonus. Now for the ugly side. Now, granted, Schneider has plenty of freight. They have freight all over the place. They have customers all over the place. However, the ugly side of that is some of the customers that Schneider has take you to places where big trucks really shouldn't be. They've sent me to local grocery stores out of the middle of the nowhere with docks that are not meant for big trucks. They're meant for the little box trucks, or at most day cabs and 48-foot drive-in containers. We drive sleeper berth trucks and 53-footers. And trying to get in and out of some of these places, you have to be a miracle worker. Now, I've been able to do it by the skin of my teeth, thank God. But some of these places really do not, they're not equipped for these size trucks. And some of the places take you on routes that are not meant for big trucks. I mean, they're meant for like cars. Some of these state routes and U.S. highways are so narrow and so dangerous in terms of winding curves and large drop-offs on one-lane roads, and you got to take these roads to get to some of these customers. It's ridiculous. But all in all, I'm still enjoying myself, still having a great time. I'm working for Schneider, and like I said, Schneider itself is still a great company. I believe these problems that I've been having lately are based not on the company itself as a whole, but rather my terminal. So guys watching this video that want to come to Schneider, it's still a great base to work. But be careful where you work out of, and depending on what accounts you go under. I can only, like I said, I'm only a van truckload over the road, so I can't speak for regional accounts. I can't speak for dedicated accounts. I can't speak for any other accounts but van truckload over the road. And so, but in the 6 months, I'm still happy I'm here. On the bright side, though, I got a call from the owner-operator recruiter, Jennifer, yesterday. And they've since changed the program. When I came on board, you had to have 6 months with Schneider in order to go to the owner-op program. Now it's a year, and that was decided by the owner-operator council. But basically, their accounting experience that I had before Schneider, so at this point, they're crediting me with 9 months of recent over-the-road truck driving experience. So technically, I only need 3 more months, and I can join the owner-operator program, lease my own truck. However, 3 months from now will put me in about this November time frame, and that is not a good time to go owner-operator. It's getting close to winter where freight dies down. So more than likely, I will be waiting till next spring. And also that'll give me time to set up my LLC, which is a requirement for Schneider drivers transitioning to the owner-operator program. However, I'm not quite sure if I want to set up an LLC in New York where I'm based out of, or if I want to move south first. But I spoke to one of the owner-operator program supervisors, I guess you could say, in Indianapolis, and he said it's best to do it before I move out of New York, because in the South and Southwest, they're not accepting owner-operators because freight is not as high there. So it's best where I'm in the best freight lane, honestly, the Northeast. So he said it's best to set up my LLC and go owner-operator in the Northeast, and then move south and move elsewhere. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But I think that's all for now, guys. This is 6 months. Wow, I can't believe it. We're here 6 months. But anyway, appreciate you guys' views, and for those that have come on board Schneider based on my videos, I hope that you are finding it as good a place to work as I am, and that you're enjoying yourselves. Remember to be out safe out there. Safety is the number one. You know, just keep focused on what you guys are doing. And I appreciate any advice you guys could give, like I said, about maybe going owner-operator or setting up an LLC in New York. Anybody who has any advice about that. And basically, until next time, this is Terry, the Teddy Bear Trucker, signing off.